Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makar. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into the whole chapter of Baruch chapter 4. Alright, so Baruch, the 4th chapter, we're going to go from verse 1 all the way down to the 37th verse. Okay, and then we'll go a little bit into the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Baruch chapter 4, verse 1 on down. Alright, listen up. Alright, this is this is all pertaining to us, the Israelites. Okay, and how we're still in the land of our captivity. Why we're over here. Alright, so this is this is for your education, to learn, about why we moved the Lord to wrath. What's going on? Why are we in this predicament? See? This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. Because the law endureth forever. Not like these clowns, okay? The Edomites and heathens who say, oh, we're going to bring in draconian laws. Now we're going to bring in legislation, oh, now we're going to change this law. We're going to change this law, Now, you know what? Let's bring in the New World Order. Nah, now let's just put you into slavery. How does that sound? Huh? Huh, E? See? Because you guys are destroying everything. But the law of the Lord is perfect. Endure forever. Don't change. And the law that endureth forever. So don't change. Okay, remember that. Remember, the Lord said, homosexuals should be put to death. Remember what the Lord did to Sodom and Gomorrah. Huh? So you think the Lord just said, oh, it's 2026 now, It's all good now. If that's what they like, that's what they like. Man, hell no. Okay? You moles out there are about to get put down. Alright, the Lord hasn't changed. The hell? See? All they that keep it shall come to life. Right, because this is life. This ain't no AI and AI like Elon Musk said, here's your AI God, and just hell with y'all. Okay? We have our God, Yahweh Shai. But such as leave it shall die. Right, 2/3, okay? Because you're leaving your heritage. Okay, you're turning your back on Yahweh Shai. So the only thing left for you is death. Remember, for horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. Verse 2, turn thee, O Jacob. Okay, Jacob means the 12 tribes, okay? That's referring unto us. Alright, that's referring unto us. Okay, turn thee, O Jacob. That's the 12 tribes. Okay? That way, our forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So the 12 tribes, okay, remember, Jacob wrestled an angel. Okay, so his name was changed to Israel. Alright, Yasha'Allah, which means he is the prince of the power. Alright, and how we have the 12 tribes that go to the 12 sons of Jacob. Alright, so that's referring unto us, the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native American. But also remember you got the confusion of faces out there and Israelite foreigners. Because you got Israelites out there that look like heathens, but they're not. They're Israelites. This is why you have to try the spirit first. You can't just look at somebody who looks like a so-called white man and be like, oh, snap, like that's an Edomite. Like, I mean, yeah, you can assume that, but you don't know that. You gotta try the spirit first. You don't see where their father's from. You gotta try the spirit, because what if they believe? See? Remember, we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Baruch chapter 4, verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. Hey, that thou mayest be illuminated. Yeah, you want to work, because, you want to be in the light. You don't want to be in the darkness. Okay? Keep that eye single. All right? What did Yahweh say? Okay? If you keep your eye single, your body's going to be full of light. But if not, it's going to be full of darkness. Verse 3. Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. Right. Okay, so not to the heathens. Alright, because this is for the Israelites. Okay, this is why, Genesis, you guys, trying to, partnership with the heathens and all that. It's not, it doesn't do no good. Okay? Verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. Oh man, let me read that one more time. Baruch chapter 4, verse 4. O Israel, that's us. Happy are we, right? Shit, yeah, man. Be thankful that you're an Israelite. You're a son and daughter of Yahweh. For things that are pleasing to the Most High, Yahweh, are made known unto us, right? Because right now the elect know what's going on. Okay, the whole world don't even know what's going on. But the elect do, and it's made known unto us. That immortality, all right, those ships, the so-called UFOs, that's for us. See? See that? That's why happy are we, because yeah, we got joy, like shit, yeah, forget this, because the only thing we've known so far was just, working at these jobs and being oppressed by these retarded heathen, but now we know that, we're not just black or just so-called Mexicans, we are or Hispanic, we are Israelites, we are princes of the power, see that, and that the God of the Bible is our power. See, so be thankful, So you kidding me or what? Come on, it's an everlasting kingdom. Verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. So that's right, chin up, on your feet, soldier. Shit, what are you complaining about? Let's roll, we're not gonna go into captivity no more. Okay? We're not gonna go into captivity no more. We only got a little bit of time left. See? Remember this world was made for the Israelites. Remember, this is our planet. Okay, they can our enemies can say whatever they want, but this is why they can't search the depths of the ocean. They can't pass the Van Halen belt. There's a lot unexplored on this planet, but from you heathens. But that don't mean that the Lord and the angels don't know. But why don't the top leaders of this world? How come they can't, go to the bottom of the ocean and different parts of the Amazon and all that? Because it's not their planet. You gotta remember that. Verse 6. Here we go. Okay. Here's the point. So this is why we're in this predicament. To let you know that we were in fact, because there's some mess going on out there. By saying, oh yeah, the transatlantic slave trade, that never happened, and okay, you 2/3 are full of crap. You're full of doo doo. All right. So right, let's get it. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations. Right, because we were definitely sold. Okay, the transatlantic slave trade, you had a lot. Okay, there was more others than slave trades other than that. But that was us being sold to the nations, the heathen. See, ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Right, ye were delivered unto the enemies. Right, because the heathens are enemies. Starting with the chief enemy, the so-called white man, the Edomites. We're reading it right here. Okay, so they are our enemies. The reason why the G7 summit meetings and all that, why do they all come together? because they all come together to oppress the Israelites. Okay, they all come together to make, they're all in cahoots together, to keep the Israelite people down and sinning against our power. All right, so we're sold to the nations. Okay, but remember, we're not over here to be destroyed, because the elites, the left hand side, they're not going to take us all out. No, it's not at all. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, they're not going to take us all out. Okay, because all right, not for your destruction, but because He moved the Most High to wrath. Yeah, because we're only over here for our punishment. You see, we're only over here for our punishment. Verse 7. All right, for ye provoked Him that made you. Right, because the Lord made us. He's our creator. See, so the Lord was upset. See, but look at what the Lord allowed them to do to us. See that? And the Lord hates the heathen. And look at what he did. He allowed them to do that to us because He was upset. All right. So can you imagine when the heathen go into slavery? What's going to happen to them? Baruch chapter 4 verse 7. For ye provoked Him that made you. See? By sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. Yeah, Balaam. Because back then, our people were sacrificing their children to Baal. Okay, Molech. Okay, Balaam. All right, verse 8. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power, Yahweh, everlasting. Okay, that's another title for Yahweh, everlasting, because He has no beginning. Okay, Yahweh Shai has a beginning because Yahweh created Yahweh Shai. But you imagine Yahweh, he always existed. That's why His name means He is. He exists. This is why He told Moses, "Go tell Pharaoh I am." All right, yeah. Imagine, So imagine that, Yeah. So this is another title for the Most High Yahweh is the Ancient of Days, because ancient means before, and days means time, because He's before time. Imagine that, man. All right. So let's go to the 8th verse right here. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. See? Verse 9. And when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell upon Zion. The Most High hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and my daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. Okay? Yeah, because the Lord brought this upon us. See that? So right there, verse 10, let me read it one more time. Okay? Baruch chapter 4, verse 10. For I saw the captivity of my sons, okay, and daughters, which the everlasting Yahweh brought upon them. So who put us in this predicament? Yahweh. Okay, the Most High, our Heavenly Father, because we sinned, we went off. So that's just to let you know right there that the heathens didn't just conquer us, the Edomites, because they're smarter than us and stronger than us. Okay? Alright, who dominates in the boxing and UFC? Is it the heathen? Alright, is it the goofy heathen Moab, the so-called Chinese? No. Okay? The so-called white man. You might have a Russian in there, here and there. All right, but who dominates in the UFC and boxing? The tribes. Okay, so that lets you know that they're definitely not stronger than us. So how did they do that? How did they conquer us? Because the Lord allowed it. Because we went off. So the Lord brought this upon us. So there's that explanation right there. Okay. Verse 11. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Uh, Baruch, see that? Baruch chapter 4, verse 12. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, for who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of the Most High, Yahweh. Okay, because we departed from the law. That's why it's very important, because this is why. And Psalms 83. Okay, they want our enemies to let us cut them off from being a nation. So this is why there's so much distraction here, drugs and stuff like that, gangs, because it's all to keep you sinning against our power. Okay, our enemies have no problem. See, with Cardi B, Rihanna, Beyonce, with them being witches and warlocks, right? But as soon as you call yourself an Israelite and return to Yahweh Shema Shai, oh, it's a problem. See? Why? Because they know, okay, who we are. Oh, but if you're a degenerate, a whore, and all that, they'll give you a TV show. If you're a queer, they'll give you a TV show. Will Smith. See? They have no problem with that because you're serving Satan. Okay, right now, who is running this world? Satan. See? So this is why, but when you return, okay, now it's a problem because our enemies are like, oh shit, because they know. Because once you return to your power, because our enemies know our top enemies know how things work. Baruch chapter 4 verse 13. For they knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline and his righteousness. Okay, Baruch chapter 4 verse 13. Baruch chapter 4 verse 13. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline and his righteousness. Verse 14. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them. So again, okay, because why are we in this predicament? Because the Lord allowed, okay, he brought this upon us. It wasn't that the heathen just conquered us and were stronger than us. The Edomites conquered us. No, okay, the Lord brought this upon us. Verse 15. For he had brought a nation. Oh, check this out. Okay, this is very important. Here we go. All right, because this is talking about the Edomites. Okay, over here in America. Check it out. All right, Baruch chapter 4 verse 15. All right, this will show you that we are still in captivity underneath them. Check it out. Baruch chapter 4 verse 15. For he hath brought a nation upon us from far, a shameless nation, because Esau has no shame. Okay, but this is why he's gonna be exterminated, because he don't give a damn. They're over here, just they're wilding out. You already know Esau. He don't give a damn. So he destroys the planet. He destroys his own people. He sleeps with men. Esau's a beast, man. He has no shame. He sleeps with children. He sleeps with men. That's why they have that retarded saying, do as thou wilt. It's retarded. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Yeah, now look. Now you're gonna be exterminated. You damn clown. Because Esau has no shame in his game, but that's alright. Remember, he's about to exit. He's about to be deleted. Yeah. See? Alright. And of a strange language. Yeah, because remember, the English language, it wasn't invented to 400 AD, and it came out of Germany. See, so English is strange, because back when the Lord was on the scene, there was only three languages spoken: Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. All right, so yes, sir, I'm gonna go.
No.
Oh, okay.
6 o'clock.
Oh, yes, sir.
560 pesos.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna need the skillet here
Okay.
with patito
Yes, sir.
straw.
Okay. Right now?
And you gotta head it over there to where we worked yesterday.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So let's see what time.
It's,
It's just we're gonna start at 6, 5, 6. I need to be there at least at 6 o'clock.